Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our first ever Go Red Goes virtual today. Go Red for Women is all about empowering women to take charge of their own health. So we're hoping that's what these next 45 minutes will be for you. So kick back, relax, grab yourself a heart-healthy snack, and be sure to get up and get moving with our fitness expert, Alana Gardner, when she comes on. But we hope that you'll just enjoy these next 45 minutes with us. And thank you so much for making this possible. A few things that you should know for today. Please stay on mute. You are all automatically muted, so please continue to stay on mute. You do not need to be on video today, so please stay off of your video. There is a chat box for you to ask questions throughout, and we will answer. In addition, we will be sending out a recording of today's event along with additional resources that we hope you will find to be very helpful. So again, enjoy, and thank you for being here with us today.
Hi, and thank you for tuning in today. The mission of the American Heart Association is to be a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives. With the current state of our nation and the globe, really, that mission couldn't be more important than it is today. And it's because of all of you who have joined us today that our mission remains strong. You know, in Philadelphia, there are certainly areas of our neighborhoods where they're challenged. And health equity has always been a focus of the American Heart Association in Philly. We address health equity through access to quality care and access to healthy foods. We have doubled down on those efforts with the recent pandemic to ensure that people in our most vulnerable neighborhoods have what they need to get through this together. We know that food pantries are being stretched. We know that the demand on food pantries in our most vulnerable neighborhoods in Philadelphia are being challenged. So the AHA in Philadelphia acted swiftly and quickly, and we have recently placed 20 commercial freezer units to help expand the bandwidth of food pantries in our most vulnerable communities. We have also, with the shelter-in-place mandate, seen that many of our sickest patients have to take care of their health remotely and from home. So we have armed some of our most sickest patients with home monitoring kits, home blood pressure kits, so they can make sure their hypertension remains under control while they're sheltering in place. We are so proud of the work that we have been able to accomplish in the last 5 to 6 weeks. And that's all made possible because of folks like you. And because of folks like you, we are able to host this session today. So I want to first thank our sponsors who have made this possible. Our national sponsor, CVS Health, our local City Goes Red sponsor, Mainline Health, and our platinum sponsor, AmerisourceBergen. Thank you for making this possible. I hope that you learned something today. I hope that you have fun with us today. And so without further ado, I want to turn it over to my friend and colleague, Dr. Bill Gray. Dr. Gray is a Chief of Cardiology at Mainline Health. He's also the president of the Southeastern Pennsylvania Board of Directors. Dr. Gray, over to you.
Hello, my name is Dr. Bill Gray, and I'm the System Chief for Cardiovascular Services at Mainline Health in Philadelphia. And I'm also the American Heart Association's Southeast Region Pennsylvania Board President. And it's in my role as the chapter president that I come to you today to speak to you regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. As you know, the American Heart Association is dedicated to improving the lives of patients with cardiovascular disease. And we understand that patients who have pre-existing conditions such as coronary disease, hypertension, heart failure, obesity, can have a worse course when infected with the coronavirus. The coronavirus can affect the heart in several different ways. First is it can actually infect the heart. The virus can attack the heart, and when it does that, the heart becomes weak. In the second way, the heart can actually not be attacked by the virus, which is primarily a lung disease, but the body's overwhelming inflammatory response to fighting the virus can actually cause a weakness of the heart as well, because that inflammation also includes the heart. And the third way it can affect the heart is not through the virus or the infection itself, but the fact that when people get infected with coronavirus, it's a big illness, and that illness requires a lot of strength to fight it. And if patients with cardiovascular disease, like heart failure and coronary disease, they may not have the reserves it takes to fight the viral infection. And that's where a lot of the hospital care is focused in supporting the patient until they make it through the COVID infection. There are several bits of advice that we can give to patients who are cardiovascular, who have a cardiovascular diagnosis. The first is that a flu shot does not protect you from the coronavirus. There are different viruses entirely, and while it's late in the year to get a flu shot now, we expect that the coronavirus will be around for at least the remainder of this year and into the next flu season. And so when the time comes to get your flu shots next season, please do that, because it will protect you from that illness, which is equally devastating for many patients with cardiovascular disease. Secondly, for all patients taking heart medications, do not stop your medications. And more importantly, make sure that you plan ahead. Look at your medications, make sure you have enough, and if you need to order refills, get them well ahead of running out of the medications. And lastly, for patients who may test positive at different locations, those locations may not know what your cardiovascular history is. So if you do test positive, please notify your primary physician or cardiologist so that they can take that into account when they start to manage you as a patient. Looking into the future, we do hope that we will have a vaccine sometime soon. It probably will not be for another year or so. We don't even know if it'll be ready for the next viral season. But in the meantime, there are several promising therapeutic approaches to the illness itself, using either antibodies or antiviral therapies and the like, which will allow us to modify the disease, either to prevent it in patients who've been exposed, or to prevent its progression, or actually to prevent the worst cases from getting worse and potentially shortening those illnesses. There are several, as I said, there are several promising therapies in that regard, and we hope that maybe sometime later this year we might see some of those, which will help us manage the disease and reduce its mortality and morbidity. So what can we do until vaccines and therapeutics are available? Well, the best thing we can do is to prevent the spread, and that's called mitigation strategies. And mitigation strategies you've heard about in the news a bunch, but I just want to walk through them again because you can never say them enough. First, wash your hands with soap and water, hot water, for at least 20 seconds. This prevents you from having the virus on your hands, and so that when you touch your face and mouth and nose, that you're not transmitting it to yourself and causing an illness. Second, wipe down all surfaces so that the things you end up touching between washing your hands don't have the virus on them. Third, don't touch your face whenever possible. This is a tough one because we end up touching our face a bunch without really knowing it. So try to keep your hands and your surfaces clean. Pretend that you have the disease so that you prevent the spread of it to other people, because that's as important as you not getting it as you preventing it from other people getting it. And you may have it and not know it. You may be asymptomatic and still be spreading the virus. And so it's important that you treat yourself as if you could be somebody who could infect. So in that regard, wear a mask or a scarf in public. It won't prevent you from getting the disease, but it will lower the chance of you transmitting it to other people. If you're actively ill, do not go out in public. Stay home. Talk with your physician. He will coach you through it. He or she will coach you through it. But the bottom line is please self-isolate and don't expose the rest of your family members if at all possible. And make sure you have enough supplies if you're living alone, or have somebody who can drop supplies off to you to weather the storm of your illness. This is a once-in-a-century pandemic. We can manage it. We can manage our way through it. And in many ways, we're a lot better off than we were 100 years ago with the Spanish flu. But in many ways, we're using the same mitigation strategies of social distancing and reducing transmission. We can do that with your support, and I believe that the future looks bright for us to try to be able to modify the disease, if not prevent it with vaccines. Stay healthy, stay safe.
Hello, everyone. April is the American Heart Association's National Move More Month. Staying active in safe and healthy ways has never been more important. Staying home doesn't have to mean sitting around at home, and there's no shortage of creative ways to maintain a healthy routine, and every little bit helps. Throughout today's event, I will show you some quick and easy ways to move more no matter where you are in your home. For more ways to work out at home, you can visit Mainline Health. Hello, everyone. April is the American Heart Association's National Move More Month. Staying active in safe and healthy ways has never been more important. Staying home doesn't have to mean sitting around at home, and there's no shortage of creative ways to maintain a healthy routine, and every little bit helps. The first move that I'm going to show you today is going to be a squat. So your basic squat, I'm turning to the side just so you're able to see. You can stand with your feet hip width apart and then pull your tailbone down to the ground and the front of your hips up towards your belly button. You then begin to sit and lower yourself back into the seat and then press through your legs and press your hips forward. Again, you can add your arms into it so you get a little bit of dynamic movement and then raising back up again. If you need some additional support and some assistance to help you modify, you can bring out a chair. Stand behind the chair, still hip width apart, and then begin to lightly put your fingertips on the edge of the chair, sitting back into the seat, and then raising back up again. For more ways to work out at home, you can visit Mainline Health Fitness YouTube channel. Their team of exercise experts has online offerings to stay healthy at home. You'll have access to videos like cardio sculpt, gentle yoga, bar, and so much more. We'll also be following up with some more great Move More resources from the American Heart Association. It is important to fuel your body with nutritious foods pre and post-workout. It is my pleasure to introduce Ashley McCorkle, RDN, LDN, Program Specialist at Mainline Health to offer some great tips on preparing healthy meals to nourish your body and soul during this unprecedented time.
Thank you, Alana. A well-stocked pantry can make or break your eating habits, especially in a time when you may have limited access to a grocery store or can't find the products you would normally buy. You can save time and money and prepare a healthy meal by keeping a few pantry essentials stocked in your kitchen. When shopping for these items, it's important to take time to read the nutrition facts label. Start with the serving information. This will tell you the size of a single serving and how many servings are in the package. There are certain nutrients you want plenty of, like dietary fiber and vitamins and minerals, but there are certain nutrients you want to limit, like added sugar, sodium, saturated fat, and trans fat. You'll also see something on the label called the percent daily value. This tells you the percentage of each nutrient in a single serving in terms of the daily recommended amount. To consume less of the nutrient, like saturated fat or sodium, try to choose foods with a percentage lower than 5. To consume more of the nutrient, like dietary fiber, try to choose foods with a percentage higher than 20. High sodium consumption can raise blood pressure, and high blood pressure is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. More than 70% of sodium consumed is from processed foods and takeout. The goal is to select foods with 140 milligrams of sodium or less per serving and avoid foods with 300 milligrams or higher. The amount of sodium listed on the label shows the amount in one serving of food. So if you eat more than one serving, you'll get more sodium than the amount listed. Let's go over some of these pantry staples. I'll be suggesting recipes throughout, so please note that there will be a slide at the end with links. Black beans, chickpeas, lentils, and other beans are complex carbohydrates packed with protein and fiber. These can be used in a variety of dishes, whether it's a main dish or a side. I love adding them to salads and pastas for an extra boost of plant protein. Some easy recipes I've included are Tuscan white beans, made with classic flavors and minimal ingredients, and a simple 3-bean chili. If the amount of sodium per serving is higher than 140 milligrams, rinse your beans to remove some of it, or buy dried beans and cook them yourself. So this can of low-sodium black beans is 130 milligrams per serving. Even though it's under the 140, I would probably still drain and rinse them just to be safe. Canned protein, such as tuna, salmon, and chicken, are great to have on hand when you're in a pinch or if you can't find the animal protein you're looking for. These proteins can be used in salads, sandwiches, and pasta dishes. A recipe I've included is salmon quinoa cakes. This is a unique and easy recipe that again has minimal ingredients and will let you try new products you may not have used before. Nuts and seeds are packed with healthy fats, protein, and fiber. Keep a variety of nuts, nut butters, and seeds in your pantry. These can be added to oatmeal at breakfast, salads, smoothies, or used as a garnish for main dishes. Nuts are great for snacking as well, but be mindful of your portion sizes. Choose unsalted nuts when shopping. A fun recipe I've included is a sweet nutty stir fry. This is a great time to mention that in a lot of recipes, frozen vegetables can be substituted for fresh. There are a ton of great frozen mixed vegetable bags that can be used for this recipe or others. When it comes to grains, the possibilities are endless for all meals and snacks, so it's always good to have them stocked. Grains to keep on hand include rice, pastas, oats, quinoa, and something different like farro or spelt. Try choosing whole grains versus refined grains and look for pastas with added protein for an extra boost. A simple recipe I've included is a warm farro salad. By adding a few veggies and fat-free cheeses to your grains, it's easy to take a side dish up to the next level. With that, having low sodium or unsalted broths and stocks in your pantry enable you to add flavor and richness to many recipes, including your grains. A fun fact, the difference between a broth and a stock is how it's made. Broth is any liquid that has had meat cooked in it, while a stock is made by simmering animal bone. They are very much interchangeable in recipes. Canned tomato products are great for soups, pastas, and sauces. Keep your pantry stocked with whole, diced, and crushed tomatoes, as well as tomato sauce and paste to be ready for any recipe. As always, look for no added salt products. I have diced tomatoes and tomato sauce here, both having 15 milligrams of sodium or less per serving. That being said, a great way to use leftover protein, frozen vegetables, and canned tomato products is to make a soup. I've included a simple vegetable soup recipe for you to try. Condiments, herbs, and spices are the backbone of your pantry. Some healthy condiments full of flavor to keep on hand are mustards, vinegars, and hot sauces. When it comes to any packaged condiment, it's so important to check the sodium content. For example, this less sodium soy sauce still has 580 milligrams of sodium per tablespoon, so it should be used sparingly. Stock salt-free spices like Mrs. Dash, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, oregano, and cinnamon to add flavor to any dish. Additionally, healthy oils like extra virgin olive oil are great for sauces and dressings. Don't forget to treat yourself. Keep items like dark chocolate around for when you have a sweet tooth craving. All foods fit in moderation. But don't rely on willpower. If you know you have a tendency to overeat a certain food, avoid stocking it in your pantry to alleviate temptation. Finally, your freezer is your friend. Perishable foods like fresh fruits and vegetables can be hard to keep stocked in your pantry. Frozen fruits and vegetables are just as nutritious, if not more nutritious, as they are frozen at peak freshness. One of my favorite products right now is frozen spiralized vegetables. They're a great substitute for regular pasta. Additionally, you can add frozen fruits to smoothies or oatmeal, and always keep frozen vegetables on hand for when you're in need of some green on your plate. Just be mindful of products that already have sauces on them. Additional recipes and tips can be found at heart.org or through the Mainline Health Well Ahead blog. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Alana.
Our second move that I'm going to be demoing for you today is a seated sort of crunch. So what you're going to do is just kind of sit in your chair, and I want you to kind of lean back so that your body's at an angle. Roll your shoulders down and pull them away from your ears. You could begin to point your toes and walk your feet out so that you're heels are directly underneath your knees. You then can begin to lift your knees off the ground or lift your feet off the ground and then bring them back down to the ground. Again, that's just kind of that little lift and that little drop. If you wanted to increase or just sort of add a little bit more to the movement, you could bring your feet off the ground and then have your legs go out and in. And you can even do one leg at a time so that you're kind of like bicycling.
Hi, I'm Mary Doherty. I'm the owner of the Nicole Miller store in Manayunk. I'm here with my managing partner, Jillian Dunn, and we're truly honored to be a part of this first virtual event for Go Red for Women campaign. And I also wanted to thank everyone for the incredible honor of the Heart Award. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all in June. Let's cross our fingers. I really got involved with Go Red for Women campaign because some friends of mine came to my store in Center City, Philadelphia, maybe it was 15 years ago, or when it started in Philly. And they asked me if I knew the signs and symptoms of heart attack for women. And I said, sure, it's, you know, your arm, it's numb, it's the chest pains. And they said, no. As a matter of fact, it's the #1 killer of women because we don't know what the signs and symptoms are. And it's fatigue and it's things that we really experience in our daily day. So I'm going to let the experts explain that more, but what I am going to talk about is retail therapy and how important it is during tough times and good times to make sure that you feel great and you can feel great through clothing. Your existing closet, or also, you know, we can help you purchase a few things. And speaking to that, we are giving 10% of our sales to Go Red for Women campaign. So please shop with us on our website, marykdoherty.com. Or follow us on Instagram and Facebook, or you can email us at jdunn@NicoleMillerPhiladelphia.com or marydoherty@NicoleMillerPhiladelphia.com, or you can call the store at 215-930-0307. So let's get shopping. Also remember that we can ship boxes, we can FaceTime through the store and help you make your selections. We can walk you through our website. So there is no reason not to shop. We have all different price points. And I want people to know that all of our things in our store are gowns. We have these beautiful scarves. And they're in the $40 to $60 range. Great gifts. This beautiful dress, it was on the New York Runway Fashion Show. And a custom limited edition Nicole Miller mini bag that was in every magazine this season. And it's fabulous, and it's $200, and a hat. So we really are about styling and wardrobing, but of course we'll sell you, just a tie or a scarf or, or a t-shirt or whatever. We also carry a lot more pieces than people realize, and a lot more sportswear. So this has been one of our most popular items, really cute short in the 50s, fabulous top that's machine washable. And you can do this with a really cool pant. And, or you can mix and match your pieces with a jean jacket. So all of a sudden, you start to find pieces that you can really mix into your lifestyle and get a tremendous amount of wear out of it. And that's what we do. We aren't salespeople, we're stylists. And the difference is that we will help make sure that your wardrobe makes sense. And we have these pieces, just in a quick minute, you have a little collection that could get you through the entire season, maybe with one more dress. In here we have more pieces that can be workwear. And in the day of Zooming, which everybody is Zooming now, that you want to make sure that you look great from the waist up. But when this is over, you want it to be wear now, wear later. So let's make sure that this fabulous top that you get, that you're going to wear with your sweatpants for right now, that you also know that come the next meeting you have that is actually on site, you have a fabulous skirt that you can wear with it, or you can wear it with jeans, or you can do it with a black pant. So our job is to make sure you feel fabulous. Some other pieces, this blazer comes in blue as well. Talking about collections, you have this, you can put it over this outfit. You can also have, Nicole showed it like this on the runway. And we also have an amazing pant that you can put with it. So again, I don't think people always think of us for all these great pieces. And we're here to help you spend money and play dress up. Also, we have great jewelry. We have fragrance, Nicole Miller fragrance that smells divine. We carry a bag line called MZ Wallace, and we do incredibly well with our items because they last forever. They're machine washable, and we all are, obsessed with their items. Right down here, our store is, we've been here 26 years, and we're very proud of the fact that we have dressed everybody for their proms, their weddings, bar mitzvahs, graduations, all the events, unfortunately, that have been canceled lately. But the other side of this is that they'll be back, and we want to be a part of everyone's lives through fashion, and that's the thread that will hold us all together. We also are known for our little black dress, and there she is, super cute, fabulous. We had gotten 6 pieces in, and we had it on Instagram, and we sold all but one. There's one left, and it could be yours. What else do I have? Everything's fabulous. Oh, we can't forget, last year Nicole came in and did a fundraiser with us for Go Red for Women, and it was amazing. It was on April 12th. And she was here at the store, and she was actually sewing patches on. These are one-of-a-kind jean jackets that every one of them, she makes it a little bit different, and she puts the patches in different places, and she signs them, and she can personalize them to you. But what made this so special for the Go Red for Women campaign was she found this beautiful heart that she put on a lot of the jackets in different places, so that our girls and our customers could have something really meaningful to them. So this is $300, and we have several different versions. This is a new, it's not our eagle, but it's a crown, and her collection come fall. Everyone will see a lot of crown-inspired royalty type pieces. And this also has the heart on the sleeve. We're wearing our heart on our sleeve. We also have denim, that basic, and we have fashion pieces. Like this here. This is a great pant, and super cute and fun. And, sorry, I'm looking for a top. Well, you can just put a basic t-shirt and keep it really casual. What else do we have, Miss Jillian? Fabulous dresses, hats, oh, and ties. Let's not forget the guys. We still carry her carbon neutral collection, and they're great gifts. Father's Day is coming up too. All of them have a little bit of a, give you a little bit of information on why and how, with the print, how it helps the environment. So you have this one is sailboats, and she calls it mass transit. And it's like the wind, take you there. There's botanical prints, there's trees, and there's also solar. So if anybody's looking for gifts for the favorite men in their life, we have something for you. This bag is amazing. It's another exclusive that Nicole did for us. It's a zodiac print, so if anyone in your life is interested in astrology, it's just a great bag. We have beautiful vendors. Everything isn't Nicole Miller, but most of our store is. This is a Bakelite bag that reminds me just of the sea and the and the sky, and it's just a beautiful print. There's jewelry. And then this is one of my favorite. I keep on saying that everything is my favorite, but I love blue. It's a great color for me. This dress is just extraordinary. This was on the runway, on Nicole's New York runway fashion show that was in February. We do basics, and this dress in particular, we have it in a beautiful blue, we have white, we have black, we have everything. So with that, you can see there are a lot of things you can pick from. Please join us virtually or physically when we get our doors open. And don't forget, 10% of our sales will be going to Go Red for Women, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Thank you to all of our presenters today for that really great and helpful information. And thanks to each of you for joining us today. You were all invited to participate today because in some way you have played a role in advancing the mission of the American Heart Association. We are so fortunate as an organization to have so many committed donors and sponsors and volunteers. Our ability to have a seat at the table and to play a role in the fight against COVID-19 is because of you, each of you. So my ask today is that if you are financially able and if you want to make a difference, please consider supporting the American Heart Association. Our goal is to do more. We know we've done a lot, but the need continues to be great, and we want to do more. So I ask that if you are able, please consider making a gift to the American Heart Association. If you'd like to do that, you can reach out to Ali Lang at ali.lang, L-A-N-G, at heart.org to further discuss how you can play a role in being part of the solution too. Together, we can truly make a difference. Thank you all, and again, hope to see you at upcoming events.
For joining us today for Go Red Goes Virtual. We were so happy to connect with you all. We look forward to seeing you very soon. Please keep in mind that we will be sending a follow-up email with all of Ashley's recipes, Move More activities, and so much more. Keep an eye out for an invitation for our next virtual event on May 8th. In the meantime, stay well. Thank you.